Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, wondering what would happen if something were to happen to you? What if you were to pass away, and no one was around to notice? It's a thought that crosses many people's minds, especially as we get older. For some, the idea of dying alone is one of the most profound fears they face. It's a fear that's wrapped in loneliness, loss of connection, and uncertainty. And while it's perfectly natural to have these concerns, it's also important to address them in a healthy, constructive way, so they don't take over our lives. The truth is, it's common to worry about being alone as we age, especially when we outlive friends, partners, or even family members. But here's the thing. Living in fear of dying alone can prevent us from truly living. The key is not to focus on the fear, but to take control of the things you can influence today. This isn't about denying the possibility. It's about creating a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling, no matter your age or the circumstances. In this video, we'll explore practical steps you can take right now to feel more connected, supported, and secure in your own life, so you can banish the fear of dying alone. We'll discuss how to build strong relationships, foster a sense of community, and make sure your personal wishes are respected in the future. But, most importantly, we'll talk about how to live each day in a way that honors your need for connection and belonging. Let's start with the first step: building and nurturing relationships. It might sound obvious, but the most effective way to ensure you're not alone when you need someone the most is to actively create a strong support network. Relationships are the bedrock of our emotional and mental well-being, and maintaining meaningful connections can be an antidote to feelings of isolation. Building and nurturing relationships as we get older, it's easy to fall into a routine that isolates us. Perhaps you're retired now, your children have their own families, or your friends have moved away. It's easy to let relationships slip into the background as life gets busier or quieter, depending on where you are in your journey. But the truth is, our relationships need effort to thrive. They don't just happen on their own. If you're feeling lonely, or if you fear that you might one day face your final years without someone close by, you can do something about it now. Start by thinking about the people you already know. Maybe you have friends or family members you haven't seen in a while. Reaching out to them could make all the difference. You don't have to have long conversations or do anything elaborate. Sometimes a simple, "I was thinking of you," text, a quick phone call, or an invitation to meet for a coffee is all it takes to reestablish that connection. It's about keeping the lines of communication open and maintaining the ties that matter. But it's not just about reconnecting with old friends. It's also about making new connections. If you find yourself spending too much time alone, it might be time to seek out new social opportunities. Joining a local group, whether it's for a hobby you love, a book club, or a fitness class, can introduce you to people who share your interests. Volunteering is another wonderful way to meet others while also contributing to your community. Sometimes, the best way to feel less isolated is to reach out to others who may be feeling the same way. You might be thinking, but what if I'm too old to make new friends? The truth is, it's never too late to start building meaningful relationships. Some of the deepest friendships and connections can be formed later in life. People are often drawn to others who share similar values or interests, and if you take small steps to be open and friendly, you'll find that those connections can form naturally. The more you put yourself out there, the more likely you are to meet people who will become a valuable part of your life. While building new friendships is important, so is maintaining your current relationships. Sometimes, life gets busy, and we don't prioritize our existing relationships the way we should. Make it a point to nurture the people already in your life. A lot of times we expect relationships to take care of themselves, but it's often the small gestures, the check-in calls, the thoughtful messages, or the regular meetups that really make a difference. By putting in the effort, you ensure that your relationships stay strong and supportive, which, in turn, means you'll have people to lean on when you need it. Taking care of your emotional well-being. The next step in ensuring you're not overwhelmed by the fear of dying alone is to take care of your emotional health. Fear of loneliness can often stem from feeling emotionally unfulfilled or disconnected. When we don't feel seen or heard, it can be easy to imagine that no one will care when we're gone. But the truth is, emotional well-being plays a huge role in how we connect with others. When we feel secure and positive within ourselves, we're better able to form deep, lasting relationships. One of the best ways to nurture your emotional health is through self-compassion. It's easy to fall into the trap of negative self-talk, especially as we age. Maybe you find yourself thinking, "I'm too old to make a difference," or Who would want to spend time with me? These thoughts are not only harmful, they're untrue. We all have value, regardless of our age or the number of friends we have. Treat yourself with kindness, and remember that you deserve love and connection just as much as anyone else. Another way to enhance your emotional well-being is through mindfulness practices. Mindfulness is about staying present in the moment, and it's an incredibly helpful tool for combating feelings of anxiety or loneliness. When we're mindful, we focus on what's happening right now, instead of worrying about what might happen in the future. This can be especially beneficial when you're overwhelmed by thoughts of dying alone. Mindfulness allows you to quiet those fears and focus on the good things you can control right now, like the relationships you have and the activities that bring you joy. Taking care of your emotional well-being is also about setting healthy boundaries. Many people, especially as they get older, have a tendency to put others' needs above their own, leaving themselves emotionally drained. It's important to recognize when you need to say no in order to protect your mental and emotional health. By setting boundaries and being mindful of your emotional needs, you'll be in a better position to maintain fulfilling relationships that contribute positively to your life. Preparing for the future while relationships and emotional well-being are essential for today, it's also important to prepare for the future. I know it can feel uncomfortable to think about the end of life, but planning ahead is one of the best ways to ensure that your wishes are respected and that you don't have to worry about leaving things unresolved. This can also help alleviate the fear of dying alone, because you'll know that everything is taken care of in a way that aligns with your values. One of the first things you can do is create a will or living trust. Having a legal document that outlines your wishes, whether it's for your estate, your healthcare, or other personal matters, gives you peace of mind and ensures that your desires are honored when you're no longer able to communicate them. It's a way to take control of your future, rather than leaving everything up to chance. Beyond legal documents, think about your healthcare preferences as well. Do you have a plan for how you'd like to be cared for if you can no longer manage on your own? Creating an advanced healthcare directive or living will ensure that your medical decisions are made according to your wishes. This takes the burden off of loved ones and reduces the stress of decision-making during a difficult time. Preparing for the future also means thinking about how you want to be remembered. Have you ever considered writing down a few personal stories or reflections for your loved ones? These could be small notes or letters about your life, values, or favorite memories. It's a beautiful way to leave behind something personal that people can cherish for years to come. Moving forward with confidence, the fear of dying alone is real, but it doesn't have to control your life. By focusing on building strong relationships, taking care of your emotional well-being, and preparing for the future, you can take meaningful steps to feel more connected and at peace with your life. The fear will always be there to some degree. It's part of being human, but you have the power to create the kind of life you want, filled with connection, love, and peace of mind. Now that we've explored how building relationships and preparing for the future can help alleviate the fear of dying alone, let's take a deeper look at the importance of fostering a sense of community and creating meaningful connections that can bring fulfillment and purpose into your life. The reality is that, regardless of our age, we all crave connection and a sense of belonging. And the more we nurture that desire, the more we enrich our lives and reduce the anxiety that often comes from worrying about being alone. Building a community around you, one of the most powerful ways to combat feelings of loneliness is by actively participating in your community. Being involved in a group, whether it's through volunteering, attending local events, or joining a club or religious group, creates a natural network of support. It gives you a sense of purpose, helps you stay socially engaged, and opens the door to friendships and meaningful interactions. You may already be a part of a community, whether it's your church, a neighborhood group, or a hobby club. But if you aren't feeling as connected as you'd like, it's time to take action. Start by identifying organizations or activities that align with your interests. Local libraries, community centers, and even online platforms offer opportunities for seniors to engage in educational courses, arts and crafts, or exercise programs. And if you don't find something that immediately sparks your interest, start something yourself. Sometimes the best way to make new friends is to create an opportunity for others to connect. For example, you could start a regular walking group, a book club, or even a gardening club in your neighborhood. By offering something that others are likely to enjoy, you create an environment where people can come together, share experiences, and build friendships. Often, we hesitate to put ourselves out there, thinking that we need to be invited to join. But the truth is, Sometimes the best way to make connections is to initiate them yourself. When you take on the responsibility of creating a community space, you also open yourself up to new relationships and a sense of pride in being part of something bigger than yourself. It gives you the opportunity to become a source of support for others, which is incredibly fulfilling. This brings us to another powerful tool in overcoming loneliness: giving back. The power of giving back. There's something incredibly powerful about helping others. Whether it's through volunteering, supporting a friend in need, or simply offering your time to causes you care about, giving back creates a sense of connection that alleviates the feeling of isolation. When you help someone else, you not only provide them with support, but you also enrich your own life by feeling more purposeful and valued. If you're not sure where to start, consider local charities, senior centers, or hospitals that are always looking for volunteers. If you have a particular passion or skill, whether it's reading, teaching, or offering companionship, there's likely a group or organization that would benefit from your experience. Even something as simple as visiting with a neighbor or friend who is isolated can make a world of difference. Helping others can also be a great conversation starter and create more opportunities for connection with like-minded individuals. The act of giving doesn't always have to be large-scale either. Small acts of kindness, such as offering to help with errands or preparing a meal for someone who may be struggling, can have just as profound an impact. These actions not only improve the lives of others, but they also give you a deep sense of fulfillment that combats feelings of loneliness. But let's not forget, community doesn't just exist in physical spaces. It also exists in digital platforms. If mobility or distance is a concern, don't underestimate the power of online communities. Whether it's a Facebook group, an online hobby forum, or a social media network, the internet offers endless opportunities to connect with people from all walks of life. Digital connections can be incredibly meaningful when they are nurtured with care. These connections can often lead to in-person meetups, shared experiences, or even virtual chats that provide comfort and reassurance. Staying active mentally and physically when you're feeling isolated or disconnected. It's easy to retreat into your own thoughts. Overthinking, anxiety, and worry can creep in when you don't have an outlet for your energy or your mind. But staying active, both mentally and physically, can significantly reduce those feelings. Not only does regular physical activity improve your physical health, but it also has powerful effects on your mental health and emotional well-being. Exercise has been shown to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, while also boosting mood and energy levels. You don't need to be running marathons to stay active. Simple exercises such as walking, swimming, or yoga can do wonders for both the body and mind. In fact, regular walking has been shown to have significant benefits for mental clarity, reducing the risk of cognitive decline and improving memory. Yoga, with its focus on deep breathing, balance, and flexibility, not only improves physical strength but also helps calm the mind and reduce the anxiety that often accompanies overthinking. If you've never tried yoga, now is a great time to start. There are plenty of beginner classes or online videos designed for seniors, focusing on gentle movements and stress relief. And if you're more of a social person, group exercises or sports are another excellent option. Whether it's a group fitness class, a walking club, or even a recreational game of tennis or golf, physical activity in a group setting provides an additional opportunity for socializing and building community. Exercising with others can motivate you to stay consistent and also serves as a great way to make new friends. But physical activity isn't the only form of mental stimulation. Engaging in mentally challenging activities can help keep your mind sharp and focused, reducing the tendency for overthinking. Puzzles, games, reading, learning new skills, or even taking up new hobbies can keep your brain active and reduce the time spent worrying. You might want to try something like crossword puzzles, Sudoku, or even learning a new language, something that gives your mind a healthy challenge. Mental stimulation helps promote neuroplasticity, which keeps your brain healthy and agile. As you make physical and mental activity a part of your routine, it's important to remember that rest and relaxation are just as essential. It's easy to get caught up in a busy schedule or feel pressured to always be doing something productive, but taking the time to rest and recharge is crucial to preventing burnout and anxiety. Whether it's taking a nap, reading a book, or simply sitting outside and enjoying nature, these moments of relaxation give your mind the space to rest and reset. The importance of legacy and purpose. As we get older, there's often a desire to leave behind something meaningful. Many people, especially seniors, start to think about their legacy, what they will be remembered for, and how they can make an impact. Finding a sense of purpose is not only a way to alleviate the fear of dying alone, but it also provides a powerful drive to continue living with passion and intention. You don't have to create a grand legacy to have an impact. It can be as simple as sharing your wisdom with others, passing down family traditions, or teaching a skill you've mastered over the years. If you love cooking, perhaps you could host a cooking class or share your favorite recipes with younger generations. If you're passionate about a hobby, such as art or gardening, consider starting a local workshop where you can teach others. By living with purpose, you help others while also reminding yourself that you're still a valued part of your community. Reflecting on what you want your legacy to be can also help you identify the relationships and experiences that matter most to you. It's not about impressing anyone. It's about leaving behind something that reflects who you truly are. Whether it's writing a letter to future generations, donating to a cause you care about, or simply being the person who shows kindness to everyone around you. Creating a legacy is a way to keep your spirit alive long after you're gone. Embracing the present ultimately, the key to overcoming the fear of dying alone is to embrace the present. It's easy to get bogged down by worries about the future, but the reality is that none of us know what tomorrow holds. By focusing on what you can control today, relationships, activities, self-care, and purpose, you empower yourself to live the life you truly want. Instead of fixating on the unknown, take charge of the present and create the life you want to live. At the end of the day, it's not about how much time you have left. It's about how you spend the time you have. By investing in yourself, your relationships, and your community, you'll find that the fear of being alone becomes less overwhelming and more manageable. We've covered a lot of ground so far: how to build meaningful relationships, stay active, and create a sense of purpose. These steps are vital in alleviating the fear of dying alone. But there's one more piece of the puzzle that can truly empower you: embracing your independence while still staying connected to others. As we age, maintaining our independence is crucial, but it's just as important to balance that with staying connected to others and seeking support when needed. Embracing independence while staying connected. The desire for independence is natural, especially as we age. Many of us take great pride in managing our own lives, handling daily tasks, and maintaining our autonomy. However, there's often a misconception that independence means being alone or isolated. It doesn't have to. The key is finding a healthy balance between doing things for yourself and allowing others to support you when necessary. For instance, maintaining your physical and mental independence is incredibly important, and there are so many ways to do that. It could be as simple as continuing to drive, managing your finances, or maintaining a routine that gives you a sense of control over your life. But at the same time, don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Whether it's a friend, a neighbor, or a professional, reaching out for assistance when tasks become too difficult doesn't make you any less independent. In fact, it makes you more resilient. Asking for help is an act of self-care and strength. It means you recognize when you need a bit of support, and you're not afraid to seek it. Whether it's help with a household chore, emotional support during a tough time, or assistance with transportation, there's no shame in allowing others to lend a hand. In fact, asking for help can foster deeper relationships and show that you trust others to be part of your life. Another way to embrace independence while staying connected is by taking responsibility for your own emotional health. This means finding ways to manage your emotions and feelings of loneliness or isolation without relying entirely on others for validation or support. Therapy, whether it's one-on-one counseling or group therapy, can be incredibly helpful for this. It's a safe space to work through your thoughts, fears, and anxieties with a trained professional who can guide you toward healthier ways of thinking and coping. Remember that emotional independence is just as important as physical independence. You want to be in a place where you feel confident about managing your emotions, knowing that it's okay to seek help when necessary, but also empowering yourself to handle life's challenges. Emotional strength isn't about being invulnerable. It's about being aware of your needs, acknowledging your feelings, and taking the necessary steps to care for yourself. Preparing for life's transitions. While we can't predict the future, preparing for life's transitions is a powerful way to ease the fear of dying alone. Changes in health, mobility, and relationships are all part of the aging process, but that doesn't mean they have to be overwhelming. Planning ahead allows you to retain a sense of control over your future, even in the face of uncertainty. It's about looking ahead and making choices that will help you feel more secure and at peace. Take, for example, advanced care planning. Having conversations with family members or a trusted friend about your healthcare preferences, such as whether or not you want life-saving treatment or if you'd prefer hospice care, is an important way to reduce stress for yourself and your loved ones. These conversations can feel uncomfortable, but they're essential for making sure that your wishes are respected when the time comes. You don't need to make these decisions alone. If you're unsure about how to approach the topic, consider talking with your doctor or a counselor who can provide guidance. Financial planning is another area that deserves attention. Many people worry about what will happen to their finances as they age, especially if they have concerns about their ability to manage on their own or if they are living on a fixed income. Creating a financial plan that includes a will, durable power of attorney, and clear instructions for your assets will give you peace of mind and clarity about your future. It's also a good idea to explore long-term care options and figure out what kind of care you might need, whether it's home health care or moving to an assisted living community. Having these plans in place can alleviate many of the fears surrounding aging. By preparing for the inevitable changes and transitions that come with aging, you can feel more confident in your ability to handle whatever the future brings. These plans also ensure that your loved ones aren't burdened with tough decisions during an already difficult time. They can help you feel more secure, knowing that you've taken the steps to manage these aspects of your life. Focus on creating a joyful and fulfilling life today. Ultimately, the best antidote to the fear of dying alone is living fully today. Too often, we focus so much on what might happen in the future that we forget to live in the present. True peace comes from knowing that you've made the most of your time, that you've laughed, loved, and given generously regardless of what's ahead. It's about making every day meaningful, even in small ways. The truth is, none of us know exactly how much time we have left, and that's okay. What matters most is how we choose to live in the time that we do have. Embrace the simple joys, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the sound of your favorite music, the comfort of a warm meal with family or friends. It's the small, everyday moments that create a rich and meaningful life, and when you fill your life with these moments, you won't feel alone, even if you're by yourself. One of the most empowering things you can do is find something you're passionate about and invest time in it. Could be a hobby, a creative project, or even helping others. Whatever it is, pouring your energy into something that excites you will keep your heart and mind focused on what brings you joy. This creates a ripple effect, filling your life with energy, enthusiasm, and love. Conclusion. Living a life full of meaning and connection. As we wrap up this video, I want you to remember this. You have the power to shape your life. The fear of dying alone is real, but it doesn't have to dictate how you live today. You can create meaningful relationships, stay connected to your community, and plan for your future in ways that provide you with peace and security. You don't have to face life's challenges alone. There are always ways to build the support system you need. By nurturing relationships, staying active, fostering a sense of purpose, and embracing your independence, you're creating a life that is rich with connection and meaning. Instead of focusing on the fear of the unknown, focus on what you can control and the relationships you can build right now. Live fully today, with the knowledge that the love and impact you have in the world will remain long after you're gone. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If you found these thoughts helpful, please leave a comment below and let me know what steps you're taking to create a fulfilling, connected life. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content about living your best life at any age. Here's to a life filled with love, purpose, and the confidence to face whatever comes your way. You are not alone. Let's live this journey together.